Not each and every fish manage venture requires kidnapping invasive species in a vacuum robot. Sometimes all you want to do is spook them a little. This was once the concept at the back of a silicone robotic constructed via researchers at NYU to resemble and act like a large-mouthed bass. Its goal is mosquito fish. A small species that used to be brought into many freshwater environments to manipulate mosquito populations, however, has now come to be an ecological threat. Initial trials of this scarecrow base confirmed it used to be successful of inducing stress in mosquito fish populations and even inflicting them to lose weight. Stress and weight loss lowers their probabilities of reproduction, which would assist convey the populace underneath control. The purpose is to decrease mosquito fish populations except having to kill them. Each due to humane issues and due to the fact the species is so sizable it would be challenging to kill them in giant portions besides affecting the broader ecosystem. The robotic base is nonetheless in prototype stages, however future iterations should be launched into the wild to swim round spooking each and every mosquito fish they see. If you prefer to hold with cranes, you've bought to seem the part. That's the thought at the back of breeding applications that elevate whooping cranes with human surrogates in white robes and crane-shaped hand puppets. Whooping cranes raised by way of human beings will frequently imprint on them, recognizing them as a caregiver. This can purpose a serious identification disaster when the crane reaches mating age and sees people as viable mates. The apparent answer is to idiot the cranes into questioning that we too are cranes. Whooping cranes are the tallest hen in North America. So it's convenient for them to see us as equals in phrases of size. All you want to entire the costume is head-to-toe white masking with a crane head puppet at the give-up of one arm. Human noises are restrained round the cranes and calls are piped in to get the chicks used to the sound of their personal kind. Conservation efforts like these have helped carry the whooping crane again from the brink of extinction. In the 1940s, there have been solely 16 cranes left. That wide variety is now over 800, most of them in the wild. Dugongs are a Japanese relative of the manatee whose habitat is necessary for the coastal ecosystem of the Indian and Western Pacific Oceans. Since they're very shy creatures, it's been an actual pickle for scientists to reveal this unique and threatened species the use of usual methods. Until recently, the first-rate choice was once an aerial survey with a seaplane. However, these sorts of flights can be hazardous and costly, particularly when you run out of gasoline lots of miles from the nearest inhabited island. That's why scientists became to drones, creating a far-off monitoring approach that's a lot extra environmentally pleasant and correct than the use of planes. Drones are launched from small boats and gather hundreds of photographs in a flight, which are analyzed by means of a dugong spotting algorithm that receives it proper around 70% of the time. This permits researchers to put together populace density maps for this inclined species in a few days, making it a highly beneficial and time-saving process. Probably a tons higher use of drone science than anything your bizarre neighbor is doing with them. From the makers of Roomba comes the Guardian, a friendly marine robotic on a mission to zap as many lionfish as it can. The lionfish is a venomous species that has come to be a fundamental danger in areas like the Bahamas, the place it consumes some distance extra species than any neighborhood predator. No predators are fascinated in the lionfish due to its venom, however they can be eaten by means of people when organized correctly. The hassle is that they're tough to capture via regular fishing methods. That's the place the Guardian comes in. The modern-day model of the Guardian can swim as low as 500 toes beneath the surface, the place it stuns lionfish and sucks them into a keeping tube so they can be delivered lower back up. It nevertheless requires a far-away manage when launched into the ocean to make sure that it does no longer zap comparable species by means of mistake. However, future iterations will probably be in a position to pick out lionfish with Terminator-like accuracy. Some captive panda breeding applications have ended in heartbreak, like when Xiang, the captive bred panda, used to be killed simply 12 months after being launched into the wild. That's the place the thought of Panda Boot Camp comes in. Tao Tao was once a massive panda raised in Wolong Nature Preserve with the intention of making ready him to stay in the wild. In addition to his mother's coaching in fundamental capabilities like climbing, scientists put Tao Tao through drills to put together him for risks like storms, mudslides, and predators. Most importantly, they only interacted with him carrying panda costumes and scents, so he would now not develop accustomed to humans. Tao Tao was once launched in 2012 and recaptured for a fitness checkup in 2017, the place he used to be mentioned to be thriving in the wild. The Wolong Panda Survival Faculty raises countless panda cubs each year, inserting them via strict drills to make certain they'll be in a position to seem to be after themselves in the wild.